Good evening, everyone. Mr. Comics 89 here, going live. This is just a nice little open-ended hangout. Anyone want to just hang out and chat and all that? Well, I figure out who I want to be on the list for season 4 of the Knockout. They've had a lot of fun in seasons 1 through 3. Have two champions, technically speaking, even though one of the is a team. Life with two YouTubers and Rina won seasons 2 and 3 as with Sabretooth and Dr. Fate. So those girls are very impressive. So this year I wanted to do something, or this season, I wanted to do something fun. I wanted all villains. So the whole thing is it has to be a villain, pure bad guy, or, like in case of, Phoenix, the argued the championship match. Not all bad, not all bad. There is good and bad to her, but there is a time when she was considered the villain. So Phoenix could technically be a part of this show if I wanted her to be in, but we're gonna see what the list entails at the end here. But one of the fun things about this idea of villains is they can not necessarily, well, they can kind of cheat, kind of not, because, well, imagine Spider-Man in the animated series. Kingpin. He didn't do so much work himself. He had other villains, bad guys working for him. So if Kingpin into the mix here, Kingpin could, you were arguing as Kingpin could bring up the times when Kingpin as the Kingpin of crime. Well, I got my underlings, I got my street gang, things like that, It all depends, a little more thinking outside the box, because as villains, there's not really any line you can't cross, right? So I've had fun. I've already created like 22 names down that I like. But I'm here looking for more. I need at least 30 names before I can go and start talking to people. But I have Black Adam I'd like to see, Poison Ivy, Carnage / Venom, Reverse Flash, Ultron, Apocalypse, General Zod, Doctor Doom, Red Skull, Green Goblin, because, well, like Green Goblin, like with Carnage, I have to have my Spider-Man related characters every season. So just had to have him in there. Magneto, Doomsday, Mr. Freeze, the Joker, Kang, because why not, since he's coming up here. Doc Ock, Owlman, alternate evil version of Batman. Lex Luthor, Kingpin, Brainiac, Ra's al Ghul, and Parallax. So, all right. As usual, like I said, it's an open-ended hangout. So let me actually do this. I need to extend this here. Anybody would like to be a guest on the show and just chat, link is in the description here or in the chat. More than welcome. Hey, Legion, how's it going? So now, like I said, anyone wants to stop by and chat, links in there, pop on in, because this will go a lot easier if I'm talking to other people, not just me. So I want to try and even it out, so I don't have just Solomon Grundy. That is a good name to consider, because correct me if I'm wrong, but I always assume Solomon Grundy kind of reminds me of the Hulk in his abilities. So it seems to me, yeah, I already have Joker listed done. Let's see. Galactus is definitely someone I can add. Here, I'm gonna share the screen here. Because this is the list I had created already. Get this off my screen a little bit here. Well, but so that's the list I created. But Galactus, well, Galactus can be defeated, so therefore he can be considered in there. He's the avatar of the gray, super strength, can't die, keeps coming. Yeah, that would be something too, because if you can't die, you definitely would have the edge in an argument in a fight. But Joker, I'd love to see something with the Joker. I have my heart set on someone arguing for Carnage or Venom, honestly. I know somebody who loves symbiotes, absolutely loves symbiotes, and so I need to email him to see if he'd be interested, because he already does a kind of podcast for Spider-Man character. So I got Doomsday, Joker, Galactus. So what do you think? Is there any other characters I might be missing? Because I don't want to just consider myself DC. And last season I think I had some anime characters. You know, I had One Punch Man, and they had some Dragon Ball Z characters that no one selected. Who do I pick? Let's see. We'll stop sharing that. All right, stop sharing the screen. All right, let's see. Well, I'm gonna do this too. I'm gonna need to get my phone up here so I can see the chat at the same time I'm doing this, because otherwise I'll have a very hard time responding to anyone. All right. Violator from Spawn. Here, let's share the screen. I'm gonna look him up at the same time. So let's try that. I'm gonna, how do you spell it again? Violator Spawn. What does he do? Demonic form of the clown. Intended mental. Cool. Is he stronger than the Spawn? Violator is not a demon to be taken lightly. He has shown many times that he is more than a match for the young Hellspawn. He cannot kill a Spawn without an order from his superiors. Well, definitely add him in here. Megatron. Why not? Why not add Megatron to the mix? I like that. I had Optimus Prime after all the last season. So why not add Megatron? Violator, Spawn. And you said Sir, so you gave me another one, Legion. You said Serpenter, G.I. Joe. My only concern is how strong these characters are, because I don't want to be too outclassed in a sense. If I have, you know, Doomsday, Galactus, and all that, my son had the idea of, hey, why not Negan and his crew from Walking Dead. You know, as you know, because he has firepower, he has this. I'm going like, well, that's not a bad idea. No, you know, Xander. The only problem with that, technically speaking, is if he goes up against the equivalent, because I have listed on here General Zod. They go up against the villain version of Superman. What good are guns and sticks? You know. So I don't want to have some. I mean, true, I can put them on the list. People don't have to choose them. If they see the caliber of all the other fighters, they're not going to go, oh, I'm going to give me the guys with the guns. Yeah, throw Darth Vader in there. I do like that. I mean, I had him last season. Why not? That was one of my biggest complaints, actually, is I threw Vader in there going, yeah. And then when I've got Superman, it's like, come on. Jango Fett. Well, I'll add him to the list for an idea. I don't know. So for some reason, the idea of space lasers seems a lot more believable in a fight than a 44 caliber bullet. Other properties of bad guys. Because I don't want to do. Oh yeah, I like that. I mean, general agree. Because like I said, the idea behind this is villains can do anything. So if I throw General Grievous in there, it's whatever they have and what they're capable of. General Grievous was commander of the droid army. So if you picked General Grievous, you could have his droid army to fight with as well, because it is technically one of his abilities and kind of a thing, and that's what I would do. So Django single-handedly Obi-Wan. Single-handed Obi-Wan. Yeah. Well, I mean, I guess it's true. Part of it's their armor, too. So it all depends on things. But yeah, definitely not a bad idea. But I do like those ideas because I want at least 30 names. Because I like the idea of keeping the format like last time, more characters versus less. Yes, the season lasted longer than I thought it would, but part of that, most of that was delays. Most of these seasons tended to last 5 or 6 months. For the other 2 seasons. So I like the idea of adding Star Wars. Do you know any anime do we know any anime characters? Does anyone know any anime characters? And again, up in the beginning here, anyone wants to join me in a chat, I would love to debate back and forth, and to talk to you in person. Well, talk to you screen to screen, you know what I mean? Since Galactus, King, I do not know that name. I feel a little silly. King Dora, or whatever. Oh, the three-headed dragon. Well, I call it the three-headed dragon. That was that character on that movie. Is he a villain? That's very important here. Let's see. Main antagonist. Well, technically he's the antagonist on there. Well, he would fit, I believe, if you based him on the movies, but let me see what this is. Powers, just for the sake of level. Just for the sake of fun. Flight, and it has his gravity beams. First, there you go, turn that off. I got a back massager for my work Christmas party, so I've been using it. It's been a lot of fun. Nah, I don't like that guy. Although part of me wonders, King Kong kind of a thing. Well, King Kong, well, oh no, they don't count. We can't count them because King Kong or Godzilla. Well, I guess you could depending on the format because these guys have to be villains or at the very least anti-heroes, possibly. I don't know. It depends how you say, because I said you could use Phoenix in this season, but you can only use her when she's a bad guy. You cannot use her when she's under the influence of Jean Grey and not as Phoenix herself. Let's see. I'm trying to think of some monsters. Yeah, I do appreciate it. Like I said, I added monsters, things like Carnage and kind of thing. I did add Doomsday. I added Kang. Razal. Then I added smart people like Ra's al Ghul, Kingpin, Lex Luthor, Owlman. Because I didn't like the idea. I like Owlman, the crime syndicate from Earth 3 more than I like the Batman Who Laughs. He just seems. I would love to see that fight, honestly. Debate. Batman Who Laughs versus Owlman. You got an evil version of Batman, but one that's Joker-esque, Joker influenced versus cold heart Batman. Let's see. Because you could argue Winter Soldier, Bucky Barnes, under the influence as Winter Soldier, was a bad guy. I don't want to throw in this season Thanos, although this might be the season 2 Adam. I don't want to add both Thanos and Darkseid in the mix. If I added one of them, I'd want to argue one of them. Legion, what do you think? Who would be the better all-around villain, Thanos or Darkseid? You seem like more of a DC guy, so it's kind of like a loaded question, I guess. Should be easy, if I, but let's see. let's see. I'm gonna bring this up here and let Google Thanos versus Darkseid just to see what the two. Darkseid, Lord of Destruction. He's technically a god. Yeah, he's a god. Maybe instead of and, I put versus. Because you got Apocalypse, Lord of Apocalypse, with Darkseid as well. He has his armies and legions. Thanos has his Black Order, but he also has the Gauntlet. I mean, they're one. I can't remember which one technically came first, but you know, one is ripped off from the other. Seems to, I don't know. It's hard to imagine. Both are cold-hearted, both are intelligent. Maybe it's best not to add it, because I had Darkseid the last season. I had Thanos versus Darkseid. I had Thanos and Darkseid the second season. Or was it the first? It was the first season, because Burke family won that season with Darkseid. I'm gonna try this. I'm gonna do monster villains, help out Legion here. Spelled monster wrong. I feel bad. Okay. Monster villains. There we go. Well, I guess you got things like that. Leatherface. Margaret White from Carrie. Hey, Kachung, how's it going? Skeletor. Yeah, we could definitely, I remember Skeletor. Is Godzilla a bad guy though? That's the only thing. This season is all about villains. So if Godzilla can be portrayed as a villain and a bad guy, he can be included, but because he can't be the hero. Because I remember in the movies I've seen, the recent movies I've seen, he is Godzilla is pretty much all the good guy, you know. But Skeletor is definite. Category monster villains. Let's see what this comes up with. Villains wiki. Moma or Mumra. Mumra. Here, let me go back here in just a second. Yeah, because these idea of monster bad guys are not quite what I'm looking for. So let's see. Mumra. And for that, oh. That's Mumra. Then who the heck was I picturing for Skeletor? Ah. They're both ugly SOBs. Mumra. Mumra is a good one. God, this is why you don't watch a show in 20 years. You forget what these guys look like sometimes. Okay, Megatron, Gargamel. I'm gonna do this. Let's anime villains. Frieza. God, I wish Frieza was more popular or more people seem to know Frieza, because when I did him in the Battle Royale, not a lot of people seem to knew who Frieza was. You know, Dragon Ball Z was my favorite show as a kid. You know, Frieza would be a perfect character. Although people might not know Frieza, but people could know Vegeta. Definitely like Vegeta. King Piccolo, Broly, Shredder. But would Shredder be able to handle a powerful list because I don't want to leave too many characters in the dust. Like my son recommended Negan and his crew from Walking Dead, but if I put him in the same matchup with Galactus, Solomon Grundy, Megatron, Darth Vader, General Grievous, goodbye Negan, so it's one of those things. Let's see, greatest anime villain of all time. Not seeing what I want. Let's see if I can get more Marvel. I mean, I'm biased to Marvel. What can I say? Loki and Hela. Did I put Doctor Doom on there? Yeah, I put Doctor Doom on my list. Magneto, Galactus right there. Killmonger. What do you think about Killmonger, guys? Because he needs to be able to handle himself, but he's human. I guess you argue the process of the first Black Panther movie, Killmonger when you can argue that he was powered up and now he has the powers of Black Panther with a vibranium suit. He's definitely a fight. Dormammu, that's who I couldn't think about. Someone I like Dormammu. I need some magic bad guys too. I need some. I got Mephisto. Or should I argue Mephisto? That might be a trigger point. Bullseye, I had Venom, Green Goblin, Arnim Zola, MODOK, Sabretooth, Crossbones, Carnage, Agatha Harkness, Winter Soldier. Yeah, like I knew it was right. Ghost. Hobgoblin. I think I had Hobgoblin. This is an option when I put Green Goblin. Mystique. Well, I'm definitely gonna have enough if I put these on this list on top of that list. King the Conqueror, already gotcha. Alexander Pierce, wouldn't stand a chance. Annihilus. Yeah, I still don't understand Annihilus well. Vulture. What are some Power Ranger villains? Does anyone know any power? I mean, because all I can think about is these. What's her name? What's her name in the new Power Ranger movie? She was, I think what is she? She played. She believes she played the same actress who played Betty Brant in the original Spider-Man movies. Oh crap! I'm drawing a blank here. Rita. Yeah, I think her name's Rita. But I don't know very many I haven't watched Power Rangers since I was a kid, less younger than my son is now. Loki. I like the idea of Loki. I like the idea of adding a Loki to instead of Hela. Because Hela, just Loki, the god of mischief and kind of thing. I like Hela. Let's stop sharing the screen now. Bring back up this list. So like I said, I created this list here. So like I said, I've been given 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 other names. That would bring my total, if I added all of them to a list, would be 34, which is more than I need because I want at least 30. Dale, Kachung, Legion, if any of you guys still watching, looking at my list and looking at the list that you guys gave me, is there anything I'm missing? Because I like to create a well-rounded list. I try to do that last season. I don't want too many, favoring DC, favoring Marvel, wants a variety, some that are less powerful than others because we require whoever competes them. Like if someone picks Shredder here, that was listed. Someone picks Shredder. If you're gonna go up against General Grievous or Darth Vader or Galactus, you really better have your thinking cap on, because good luck. So you have to really think. But I do want a balance. So I see we have about 3 people still watching, but and also while we're at it, if you guys want into the show or want part of season 4, I'll still reach out too. But also part of the show, please hit me up and comment down below. I'll reach out to you later on Instagram. But because I got Magic Guys with Black Adam. Just added Dormammu. What's the chicken green Thor? Crap, I'm on the spot now. Someone play the Jeopardy theme song here. Can't remember what it is. I'm gonna sound really stupid Googling this, but let's have fun. Green magic user Thor villain. Because if I do that, I will guarantee you I'm pretty sure I will. That's not it. Destroyer, no. Gore the God Butcher. Yeah, I like that. And it'll definitely give people who had reason to complain about it in the movie a redemption chance, Surfer, Surtur. Oh, the crown guy. Okay. Sorceress. Oh, God. It just really pisses me off when I can't remember these names. I just feel stupid. The Enchantress. Now there we go. Got it. Enchantress Marvel. Yeah, there she is, that green woman. Is Enchantress Evil? Was a villainess turned anti-heroine from the Marvel Comics universe. Well, she was a villain. That's all you have to argue. And being an anti-hero, is not a bad, yeah. So yeah, you can definitely add the Enchantress. Although I like the idea of Gore the God Butcher more. I hear my wife in the living room watching Girl Meets World. I'm thinking about going to the Fan Expo in Denver this year and meet Will Fidel, who played Eric on Boy Meets World and also voiced Terry McGinnis in Batman Beyond. Crack my 9.8 Batman Beyond and have him sign it. That'd be very cool. Get it out of that old-fashioned CBCS case into a newer one. Just the only downside is cracking it, and I risk losing that 9.8. That would suck to lose that 9.8. Anyway, so let's add. Let me bring my phone back over here because I'm about to cover that screen. Well, actually, if I put it right there, I don't cover it up. All right. So I do like the idea of. I love General Grievous. Am I spelling that right? OUS. I'm gonna have to look these names up more. I apologize if I can't spell that one. I love the idea of General Grievous. So, who else? So, let's see. So I got General Grievous listed here. Megatron. Oops, damn it. Hey, Kenneth, welcome to the show. Am I spelling that right? Grievous. All right. Add another one here. So, Kenneth, any villains you'd like to see or hear about in the knockout? You know, however you do pay attention to the show, if you do. I thought, oh, Megatron. Man, I don't think I'm spelling things right. Anyway, Hala, Mephisto. Yeah, I mean, I can definitely add things there. I mean, Mephisto. I know he's more of he has power. We'll add those to the list here because I might end up taking a couple of off here if I have. You guys have given me some good names too. You know, I might end up taking some off the list and replacing with yours. But you know, if like I said, if anyone wanted to argue, you know, if you wanted to argue, you know, Hala, you know, they said I'll be a part of season 4 and I'll argue Hala. You know, let me know. I'll put them down and, you know, be glad to have them on the show. That's what I did last time with a character or whatever. Someone wants to argue, I think, Poison Ivy. Would I love to argue Poison Ivy? And so I definitely had to add them to the list, create it. So, there's the thing there. Let's see. The bad thing about having this screen like I did here. I'd like to say Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year to everyone here tonight. I don't know anybody on the bad side, all the heroes at all, maybe Joker. And I have Joker on there, so but it doesn't matter. It is what it is. So let's see, I'll add another guy list there. So Megatron. I love the idea of Gore, the God Butcher, because why the heck not? No. And I might just end up doing things like General Grievous / Darth Vader. You know, you can pick one of the two in a sense. I don't know. There's so many good characters out there. Voldemort or the Terminator? You got something there. And like I said, if you have Voldemort, because I don't know about you guys or gals. I don't know about those of you in the chat. One of the books that changed my life or influenced me who it is was Harry Potter. Voldemort, well, not Voldemort himself, but Harry Potter was a huge influence in my life, and it happened around a very rough time when my parents got divorced and I got into Harry Potter. And anyway, so I like the idea of Voldemort because Voldemort could use his Death Eaters as part of the fight because he commands an army. And so villains wouldn't play one-on-one fair, they'd play to win. Terminator, well, if I Terminator, it had to be Skynet because a robot, I don't imagine just a single robot himself winning. I'd imagine you'd have a harder time fighting Skynet, a digital virus. We'll add that down as a possibility here. Skynet. And like I said, I might just take off a couple of Spider-Man villains here in favor of in someone else. You know, I have Doc Ock, Green Goblin, you know, Carnage, you know, You said, what was that name? Sauron? Sauron? I'm Lord of the Rings. I'm not very good with names. I suck at names. But I know one of the two guys I know is one. It's definitely a possibility. I'll add it to the list of possibilities. But if we're doing wizards or evil, godlike beings in a sense, I prefer Voldemort. Well, I wrote the name down and it came out wrong. I don't know how. Voldemort definitely added. Because like I said, some things like Hala, I might, take off characters like Brainiac in favor of more interesting villains to me. I mean, because that's part of the thing there. You mentioned Terminator, but I have listed Brainiac, and it seems to me you could almost argue that you could make a case that they could be interchangeable because they are robot. Well, I don't know. It depends on what version of Brainiac you're talking about, I guess. Megatron I had listed. I like the idea of Galactus. If we're gonna go, go big, go home, right? We instead of Thanos or Darkseid, let's go another galactically big bad guy and put Galactus down there. Grievous is a lot more fun than Django, even if he did stand a chance. So I'm gonna scratch him off. Skeletor and Mum-Ra. Mephisto, Violator. I mean, we added one for sure. Let's see. I definitely need more of a magic users in here. So let's see. I like the idea of Loki being in here. I've had Thor before. Loki should be here. Loki or her. We'll throw those two in together for the same thing, so people can choose between them. Because I kind of view them the same as far as abilities. As cool as Shredder would be, honestly, I don't view him on this matchup the same level as these other characters. Let's see. What do you guys think? I'm missing anyone? I have monsters and monster-like being creatures. Let me throw up here and see what Dormammu, because I listed Dormammu, but let me look at here and see what he can do exactly. He's the god of the interdimensional conqueror, usually the dark dimension, lord of chaos. Okay, is Dormammu good or evil? Yeah, antagonist, Marvel Universe. He is galactic, godlike force of evil who exists in dark dimension who seeks to spread his malign influence. Yeah, let's throw Dormammu onto this list. Like I said, I'm going to create a list of at least 30 characters, maybe even closer to 40, and then that way people have even the people who are last on my list, or even if you're the 23rd or 24th person to agree to be on the show, that way you're not picking from it's these 5 characters that are left. It'll be, it's 25 characters left. But I do appreciate everyone stopping by. No one who popped on, but it is what it is. It's cool. I'm glad that you stopped by. This is a fun little thing as I create there. Um, Vegeta is a good guy. Was a good guy, or the maybe not Vegeta. Hmm. Well, maybe no Dragon Ball Z characters, because unless we get more people who are comic books here who know Dragon Ball Z, it's not a fair fight. um, Solomon Grundy. I'll definitely add him on there. Oops. Because he was born on a Tuesday, I think, right? uh, so definitely have those characters down. Definitely like the idea. I'll add Mephisto. For the sake of fun, we can throw Darth Vader back on there. Our repeat guy, and it's not a bad idea to have some repeat customers. We can throw in the Lord of the Rings. We can throw him onto here. And we'll add Skynet from Terminator. That creates a force there, I think. So I've created 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's go ahead and add the Enchantress. And we'll add Mumra. 2, 4. So there we go. We'll create 36. That gives a good list there. So, all right. So we got the list that you see here: Black Adam, Poison Ivy, Carnage, Reverse Flash, Ultron, Apocalypse, General Zod, Doctor Doom, Red Skull, Green Goblin slash, it'll be Green Goblin slash Hobgoblin. You can pick your goblin. Magneto, Doomsday, Mr. Freeze, the Joker, Kang, the Conqueror. Hey Southern, how's it going? You feeling square? My bad jokes. Doc Ock, Owlman, Lex Luthor, Kingpin, Brainiac, Ra's al Ghul, Parallax, General Grievous, Megatron, Gore the God Butcher, Voldemort, Galactus, Loki slash Hela, Dormammu, Solomon Grundy, and the ones that I will have to create another list for to add: Darth Vader, Mum-Ra, the Enchantress, Mephisto, Sauron from Lord of the Rings, and Skynet, and they can run their mini Terminators. So that creates a list of 36 characters. So that will be the list here. We'll add, let me do this. I'll go ahead and add the list there. So anyone currently watching here at the very end, let's see if I can create the list without it giving me too much of a problem. Darth Vader. Oops. Ra. Great, now I have to spell it. Yeah, that's not gonna work. I can spell Enchantress if you had a dictionary in front of me. The Rings and Skynet Terminator. All right. So other than the Enchantress, which I'm not going to try and spell again on public. What is that ghost? Oh, that's the ghost. It appeared on my phone, but it didn't appear on StreamYard. That's interesting. But yeah, this will be the list. Other than the Enchantress. 36 names. We'll have 24 people. This will be season 4. It's good to be bad. So all villains or villain is past, because you can't argue them as a good guy. We can't have Loki being the good guy that he is, or Doc Ock when he was trying to be Superior Spider-Man. They all have to be villains. So, all right. Thank you guys for watching the show. It's been 45 minutes, 46 minutes here. It's been fun doing this. I'll be posting this list on Instagram here and Instagram and a short story on Facebook, I'm sure, on Facebook, YouTube. If you're interested in being a part of season 4 here, I'll reach out and ask you guys anyway, you know, but if you're interested in being a part in season 4, please hit me up, comment down below on this video, or hit me up on IG and let me know, and I'll be happy to add you to the list. I'll add you to the list. I'll give you this list to select from, and I look forward to starting out season 4 here. My next video for the knockout will be after I get my 24 guests, when we set up the wheel, and when I create the wheel to set it up. So, because I don't set, you guys pick your fighters, but after season 1, I do not set up the matches, because I want this to be the best possible randomization there. And if Galactus goes up against Lex Luthor, I want it to be fate that sets you guys up and not me. So definitely there. But if you want to be part of the show, please hit me up and let me know. Thank you guys for hanging out, and as I jabber away to myself, thank you, and I'll see you guys next time. Merry Christmas, and if I don't do another video before, Happy New Year's. Till next time, Mr. Comics signing off. Happy collecting, everybody.